Good to see everybody. We have injury for today in terms of guys not practicing. Ryan Bates, as you know, is still in the concussion protocol. Elijah Hicks is still dealing with his ankle. Give that another day, see where that's at. And then Swift with the groin, he'll be out today, giving that another day to rest. We'll see where that goes as we work into tomorrow. And then Tevin Jenkins will be back today in a limited fashion. He'll get some reps and team reps and also do some individual. During that time, you guys saw that we signed Colin Johnson to the 53, and then Adrian Colbert, was signed to our P squad. So good to have him back. So with the preparation today, good preparation this morning. Working through with our offense, in terms of the various looks that Minnesota gives. Personnel wise, front wise, coverage variation, pressure variation. So I know that working with the offense, that plan is clean, it's defined, and we're working through that process right now. So it's really good for the quarterback. And again, the operation is going to be done during practice today. And again, we'll make our adjustments after that, and then work it into the third down in the red zone in the next 2 days. Obviously on offense, Minnesota creates with their personnel some things that you have to work with and against. In terms of our defense, with Jefferson, with Jones out of the backfield, so that creates some things that you have to do in terms of taking those guys away or attempting to do that. And our guys are working through that today as well. So, but I know the guys are excited to get back on the field, and working. And it was get back to work day. No one's going to feel sorry for us. We got an opponent coming in here, and it's important that we get back to work. The position rooms are locked in, ready to go. We got a defined plan for this week, and we got to execute that plan. So with that, I'll open up the questions.
As far as the Vikings defense goes, Van Ginkel's obviously a new piece they've added since last year. What do you see them doing with him that's made him so valuable?
Yeah, just the multiplicity. The ability to cover, rush, stunts. Play the run. Obviously, he's very familiar with him, and you can see why he added him. It's a really good all-around football player. The instincts are elite, and he makes a lot of plays for them.
What happened to Swift? We talked to him after the game. Didn't come up.
Yeah, just a little bit of a groin strain. Again, we got to give him some rest. Those guys are torque their legs and do a really good job. And he's a high twitch guy, so we just got to do a really good job of resting him the next day or two to make sure he's ready to go.
You describe it like that. It sounds like maybe not a huge concern.
Yeah, we're hopeful. We're hopeful there. So hopefully, again, it's all about progress, right? Going through day to day, but we're hopeful.
Matt, going back to the blocked field goal, was there any thought of moving the ball to the right hash, considering that's where Cairo likes to kick his extra point?
Yeah, there was not. There was not. We feel good with our decision there.
Did you get a response from the league after you turned the play in?
Yeah, that's this afternoon. We have not gotten it back yet.
Matt Caleb's been so good against the blitz this year, and just knowing that you face a team that sends a lot of extra guys, like how beneficial is his experience with that, and what has made him so efficient in being able to?
Well, I think it starts with his natural ability. His natural ability is to get the ball out fast. Some players have don't have that ability, right? They take it, their release is slow, but his is very fast. So I think that helps him. I think the recognition and the way we set it up on offense, I think, will help him also. And it's just identifying it before the snap, but also its natural ability to get the ball out.
Man, we saw a lot more pre-snap motion in last Sunday. What benefits did you see from the offense utilizing that more?
Yeah, you use motion for various reasons, and the obvious ones are create run advantages. That's what you want to do. You create numbers and you create advantages in the run game. And I think we did a really good job of that last week. Obviously we got to work on a couple of the motions in terms of not getting the penalties. We had a couple of those. One was two guys moving at the same time, and there was also a shaving in there. So we're working to clean those up. And then it's advantages in the pass game. You could, if you're throwing perimeter screens, you get an extra blocker out there, whatever it might be, or you're creating the mismatch or the matchup that you want. That's why you do it.
Man, obviously during your tenure, there's been struggles in some of these one-score games, these close games going down to the wire in the fourth quarter. How do you as a staff kind of go through these self-scouting, what went wrong after each game, and then whether it's off-season work or however it works for you, to kind of assess what What's not working for you?
Yeah, just like anything, what you did well, what you need to improve on. The record's not where it needs to be in one-score games. We know that. But again, we're just that far away too. There's a lot of good things that happen during the course of those games, and again, we just got to learn how to finish better as a group.
And as an extension of Courtney's question, what are the keys this week to preparing Caleb for all he's gonna see at the line of scrimmage, both before the snap and once it's in?
Yeah, just defining it and keeping it, really tight. Not too many things, but things that are effective. And again, I can't get into the details of that, but the answers have to be defined, and they got to be simple, and they got to be correct to be able to find the space that you need to in the pass game and in the run game. So to me, that's what it's about. It's got to be manageable, but also effective. And I think I think we're on the right track. I think we'll see today during practice. We'll have to adjust and adapt a little bit as we go through the week, as you do every week, to create those answers that are manageable and effective.
Man, is the difference in the offense with Thomas Brown running it enough that the Vikings will have an advantage having seen it on film that the Packers did not?
Again, I think you have to adjust and change every week, offensively. Now your concepts don't change, the core runs that you have, and again, you'll sprinkle in some things that are new in terms of that, but the concepts are going to be the same. But it's about getting guys in space. It's about getting the athletes the ball and have them do their thing. It's about throwing the ball down the field when you have the opportunity to do that, and spreading the defense horizontally and vertically. I think that's very important. And staying committed to the run game, like we did. And I think that's an important piece to it. This team's number one in the league in creating TFLs and second and longs. So our first down efficiency is going to have to be really good, to keep us ahead of it during the course of the game.
What's your diagnosis for why you guys have struggled going deep this year?
Yeah, I would just say, just the continuity, the chemistry, and we just got to keep building that. I really think we took a really big step last week. We saw some glimpses of that earlier in the season, and I know it's going to come to fruition there because I know Rome's a really good guy in the deep part of the field. I know DJ is, and I know Keenan's got that ability too to work the short area, but also work some deep routes too. So I just think it's just time on task and just keep working it. The guys got together last week, extra, and they're going to continue to do that post-practice. Obviously, they're in meetings together, pre-practice, and I think that's really going to pay off even in the deep part of the field too.
Matt, can you give some background on Caleb's development in terms of being able to recognize things at the line of scrimmage? How much of that did he already have coming in, and how much did you guys teach him? When did you start to see that this guy, even at his age, is able to pick up a bunch of things and see what's coming?
Yeah, he's always been able to chunk, since he's been here, chunk a lot of information and understand looks, what he sees, and I really feel that he's just, constantly developing that. I don't think it's like a 1 week or one thing like that. I just think it's gotten better and better and better as he's gone and learned the offense, and I think it improved immensely last week.
You saying all the offensive guys got together extra? You said the guys got together.
No, it was the receivers and the quarterbacks.
I got you.
Yep.
Two more.
Kind of off of Pat's question, I know that Thomas, it looked like he was scheming up some shorter things to get Caleb going. Is that what needs to happen in order to get a deeper passing attack going? Like nailing that part to just be efficient, some easy completions, and then take those shots?
Yeah, I don't think it's a one answer thing right there, Courtney. I believe that there's multiple ways to get people going. And one of them is the short passing game. But you can do other things. It can be, the screen game, which you saw, and then it can also be various ways to get them going. And I think you have to use that during the course of the year because defenses only can defend what they see. So you got to create, and have that creativity every single week to make it look different, attacking different parts of the field, using different people, and changing the sequencing of how you do things. And I think we did a really nice job of that last week, and we need to adjust and adapt and change this week.
Matt,
With
how
a
are
guy
you
like-
keeping tabs on, just the vibe and the connection in the room when they've hit this adversity now?
Just being real, just relying on the relationships, talking to guys, looking them eye to eye and having real conversations. Not walking past that. I think that's important. And I think that's whenever you have adversity in your home, in your church, in your football team, that's what you have to do. Have real conversations, be truthful, look people in the eye and tell them the truth, and tell them how you feel, and also listen. And then when you listen really good, you can get a good feel for where everybody is.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.